We always knew this day would come. Is it now? Do I leave Billericay Town? Let's have a chat. Hello viewers, welcome to an episode of the TYC. Most of you will be thinking, what? Why in the world would you leave Billericay? This email here is the reason. West Ham United offer job interview. Now, some of you may know that I have actually done a West Ham save previously on this channel. It was the very first FM save I ever did. Hello all, MikeRo Munch here and welcome to Football Manager 2018. Obviously so far most of my channel has been doing FIFA content, but this is actually the game mode that I originally wanted to do more than any other. Those were not good times. I cringe when I look back on some of those. A lot of my family also support West Ham, so it's a team that I know pretty well. Obviously now though, this is 8 years into the future, so things have changed quite a lot between now and then. And by that I mean West Ham are in the Sky Bet Championship. A lot of players have moved on, and there's a few things that we need to address. So this episode is going to basically be about me checking out my options, as in, should I move to West Ham that's got bigger stadium, better facilities, probably a better standard of player, it's a better quality of job in terms of the reputation, what I can get from it, or do I stay at Billericay where we've been building something very special and we have a lot of players that we are very attached to. We'll start by looking at West Ham and then we'll go for the interview, and then I will talk to you about Billericay and why I am hesitant to leave, because on paper there's no debate I should go to West Ham, but we will talk about it. So first thing about West Ham, like I said, Championship. They haven't done particularly that well either. They finished 8th in the Sky Bet Championship this year, so not even in the playoffs. If we look at the league table, you can tell miles off. Then the Championship is a division that's very difficult to get out of. They weren't far off getting off the playoffs. In fact, they were only 1 point or so off of it. Should they have made it? Difficult to say. The best player or key player is a chap here called Alfie McAlmont. I have to say, he looks pretty good, but I wouldn't say he's exceptional. On the flip side to that, their up-and-coming prospect Anthony Chase looks very good. Dale Fry is there. They've got a player called Joe Rodon, who is currently their captain, and they've got a player there valued at £25 million, which is the entire value of maybe the club of Billericay, just in Joe Rodon. Can you think of what I would have available to me if I were to move to West Ham? Obviously, they've got Premier League calibre. Sebastian Haller is still there by the looks of things, because he's still there at 32 years old, so it looks like it's quite an ageing squad and would need a little bit of going over. There's a few here. Per Shares is a player I know from Ajax. Then they've got Dean Henderson in goal. He's a very good option. There's some very good players there. They've got a guy called John Sparrow as well. I like the look of that. He's got a fantastic quiff. So it's an ageing team, and there'd be a lot of work required if I was to go to West Ham. What I'm interested to see is how much money are they willing to give me to turn that team around. So let's have the interview right now. So it says, West Ham board invited you to attend an interview as they wish to discuss the possibility of you becoming their new manager. One of the reasons the board have decided to offer me an interview is because they feel I'd be an acceptable fit for the club's highly ambitious vision of the future. This is mainly as a result of your deep commitment towards signing high-profile players. I wouldn't say that. I sign good players for our level, which they deem are high-profile players, but okay. Let's have a look then. I want to attend the interview, definitely. I'm not declining it. So they got a new chairman here in Jack Burgess, so you've done some highly impressive work at your current club. Why do you want to move on? I said I want to take the next step in my career, and I want that to be here. It'd be quite a change if you were to leave your current job to come here. Are you confident? Are you confident of handling such a big step? I say I'm ambitious. I want to work at the very highest level, and I want to be given the opportunities such as this one, which I've earned. Best thing about this is I've earned this. I didn't apply for the job. They came to me. I've been headhunted, which is wonderful. I like the budget to be in place for me and make a fair amount of changes to the staff before I take charge, definitely. Right, so this is what I'm interested in then. What's the club culture like? Develop players using the club's youth system. Play attacking football. We can certainly do that. Sign high reputation players. Do not sign players over the age of 30. Two things I never really do, so that's fine. Work within the wage budget, okay. Minimum 3 years contract for first team players. Alright, I can probably do that. Reach the playoffs. next season, and at the end of the season after that, the 28 to 29 season, win promotion to the Premier League, and then it's all about remaining in the Premier League. I'm happy to work with that, that's fine. I won't request anything else. They didn't tell me how much money they'd give me. They didn't say how much money they'd give me, so I'm going to wait then, and we'll see what happens there. In the meantime, I'm going to give you a few little spoilers then to why I'm so excited about Billericay this season, and a majority of them are actually to do with signings. Now, there will be more signings, obviously, if I stay here before the end of next season, but some of the things I'm going to show you are just very quickly glancing over some of the players that I've signed and look at the attributes and tell me that you're not excited. There's 1, there's 2, he's exceptionally good, there's 3, and there is 4. Now, you also look at the fact I've still got a fair amount of, I say I have a fair amount of budget, I don't, but that's because I've got 2 more players coming in that look particularly good. One of them is Big Shaq. So, it's hard, man. It's hard. I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible in regards to the next season. That's why I've shown you those guys very quickly, so that you don't get too attached to them and you don't know too much about them. I hope that makes sense to you. I am now waiting until I get word back from West Ham. I will let you know what is going to happen. Every time I try and talk, I'm making a signing, and I don't want to keep giving the game away as to what I've been doing, which is very annoying. One of the things I've always said about the save is that it is meant to be an accurate reflection of what I would do within a 30-year career for myself. If I was being 100% honest, I would probably want to take the chance to go to West Ham because I am an ambitious guy, and I like the idea that I could go off there and I could do something. They've headhunted me, so they think I'm good enough. I know that I'd be good enough at the job, and it feels like the next big step. There are things I'd need to know that I would like to, aka about like the finances and this, that and the other. But at the same time, I'm really attached to Billericay, and I'm also a bit of a lover of an underdog, and I find it difficult to separate myself when I'm emotionally attached to things, and I'm emotionally attached to Billericay. There are players here that I love. We've got Bobby Croswell, we've got Allenson, we've got Jed Taylor, we've got Big Shaq, we've got so many players that I love at this club, and to leave them all, especially after everything that we've done, might feel a little bit hollow. So what we're going to do, because I haven't had any word back from West Ham and it's been a fair few amount of days now, is that I am going to put a poll in this episode. Bing! It should hopefully be up there. I need you guys to vote on what you would do. This might not matter if I don't get the West Ham job, okay, but I can't afford to keep waiting too long on this. I want to try and keep the episode relatively short because I've got a big summer ahead of me and I'm running out of time, so I need to know and make a decision quite quickly, I think, as to whether it's a job that I'd be willing to take or not. Personally, I have no preference. I really don't. I can understand both sides of the argument. Like I said, ambitious-wise, I'd probably get West Ham if I was being realistic, but because I've got such an attachment to Billericay, I'm finding it really hard to want to leave. And also, I don't know what I'm walking into with West Ham. You never do know what you're walking into when you walk into a new club. So, it's a difficult decision, but one that I'm happy that I need to make. You know, it's a good sign that I'm being looked after, or I'm being sought after by 3-star clubs. It means that I'm on the way up. And is the West Ham job big enough for me to want to move from Billericay? That's the question we need to ask. Is it big enough for me to want to move to Billericay? In terms of history, in terms of stadium, in terms of facilities, yes. But will I get a bigger opportunity maybe later on from an even bigger club or an even more well-positioned club? Because West Ham are a massive club. It's more about how well-positioned they are. And by that I mean, at one point, am I going to get asked by a Premier League club or a leading Championship club? That's what I'm after. Maybe that's what we should think about. I don't know. It's very exciting. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And also, obviously, in the poll, make sure that you vote because I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. And I'm not saying that I'm going to go exactly with what's been voted, but I'm very interested to see what you guys would do. And I need your help. I would ask my friends and family if I was being realistic. And on this, that's what you guys are. You are my friends and family. So that's why I would really like your opinion. Help me out. Please, please, please do remember to vote. And of course, while you're doing that, drop a like on the video, share, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MikeRo14 if you have not already, where we are doing a cool stream save with Ajax where we've just won our first domestic double and we're looking at maybe going for the Champions League next year. And at the same time, also follow me on Twitter. I don't tweet that often, but I'm beginning to get into it. I'm a bit of an old fogey, but I'm getting there now. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me waffle on. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you for another episode of TYC, take care of yourselves and stay cool. Oh, I don't know if I can leave. I don't know if I can leave.